Hey everybody, welcome back to Watch Your Lips. Joined here again with Jeffrey Cox, Kevin Burns.
Kevin Burns is here for episode 24.
24. Jeff, where can they follow? We always do this too late.
Kevin's actually going to do this for us.
The newbie. This is part of your training here.
Okay. With the social media platform.
Yes, on the social medias, you can follow us at watchyour_lips. And then you can watch us on YouTube if you're listening.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
At watcher_lips.
Hey, I got that right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And share it. Again, sharing it is
caring.
How it spreads like wildfire. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Also, we still have hats.
We have a few left. We have like 3 or 4 left.
Do we?
So, yeah.
Well, DM or message us
and
on.
Jake, quit giving them away.
Oh, he's gonna blame me. He's gonna blame me. They're in your office, and you're gonna blame me for giving them away. Yeah,
pretty sure you have.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
24, boys.
24.
So if you want to get them from Jake, they're free. If you want to get them from me, they're $25.
No.
25.
No freebies. But send us a message, Instagram, Twitter, if you'd like a hat.
Hey, before we get into episode 24, well, we're already in it,
but deeper.
We are going to do this, okay? A fundraiser for both podcasts, for the Hit or Die podcast and for Watch Your Lips. We are doing an annual golf tournament. So
the second shot open?
It's going to be the second shot open, probably in October.
Yeah, some soon, but.
So we're going to start working on that. If you guys do want to foursome, please reach out. Probably Dragonfly, right?
Yeah, probably.
That works.
So those of you that listen in Sacramento, in Stockton, make your way down, make yourselves known, and come down and support us at the Second Shot Open.
The first annual. We're also talking about doing a poker tournament.
That'd be fun
later in the year.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, we got to raise some money. I mean, the staff's growing here, guys, and you're not helping us. So we're going to force your hand. We're going to make you help us here, and we're going to do some fun events that you guys will want to be a part of. We'll probably bring the mics to those events.
Definitely cameras. We'll definitely film.
And mics.
Sure.
You've got to have the mics.
So we're going to play, and then we're going to podcast?
We might podcast
as
while
we
play.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are they wireless?
I have some, but I don't know how that's going to work. But we can figure it out.
We're gonna figure that part out later. But reach out to us.
And when Jeff says we're going to figure that out, it means that I'm going to figure that out later.
Group effort?
Yeah. Well, Burns, you're.
And when Burnsy says group effort, that means a Jacob effort.
Well, I'm the low man.
I'm just playing.
Burnsy's the gopher now. He's got to do the gopher work until he can prove to us that.
Hey,
well, I'm getting benefits with this job, so
right.
Like, how can
you've inherited a mic already?
Yeah,
and a pair of headphones. I mean, you're halfway there.
And a hat.
Well,
that's another topic. He's gonna need another hat.
Yeah, mine got smashed by the car in the car.
You better watch your lips here.
No, really, it did. I had to put the seats down for the baby, and
right.
the stroller, going on trips.
All right, save it. Jake will get you a free one. They're right in here.
Hey, to tribute episode 24, I thought it would be fun to. Who are the top athletes to ever wear the number 24?
The Say Hey Kid.
And per ranker.com,
Mm-hmm.
They had a list of top 10 athletes to wear the number 24.
Okay, this could get tough.
So if you want,
I mean, is it early Kobe days or is it late Kobe days? Because he did wear 24.
You can reference Kobe in this list.
All right, good.
Kobe is referenced in this list.
Very
How
good.
about that?
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you the top 10?
List is credible so far.
Do you want me to give it to you from 10 down?
Willie Mays has got to be one.
What do you want me to do?
Griffey has to be one.
Griffey's got to be two.
You're ranking
are you ranking them?
Let Cox go.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying those two guys.
Do you want to rank?
I do not, because those.
I mean, this is their list, so we might have missed.
All right. Good. Just
from 10 down. You can tell me your thoughts on the list.
All right.
Ranker.com.
Ranker.com. Rick Barry is number 10. Lou Brock, number 9.
Okay.
Miguel Cabrera is number 8. Champ Bailey.
Miguel, maybe
Yeah, Maggie's better
Champ.
than, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, great name, but
Charles Woodson
okay.
is 6.
And this is like their whole athletic career.
No,
college,
when they didn't wear number 24 their entire careers.
Oh, they did.
No, Rick Barry didn't.
Okay. But I'm saying if they did, is it including that? Because
if they
Charles
wore it at
Woodson-
some point in their career,
Kobe, that's what I mean.
yeah,
That's why
because
I
Kobe
asked
was
if
8
Kobe
to
was 8
start
and
and
24.
finished at 24.
Yeah.
So, number 5, Ricky Henderson.
Absolutely.
Number 4, Moses Malone. And I think it said he wore it for 4 years in Houston. I think he wore the 24.
Moses was good. Ricky was better.
Okay, so you think Ricky? So you've got Miguel ahead of Champ Bailey, and you're saying Ricky Henderson ahead of Moses Malone.
Yes.
I think Miguel ahead of Moses Malone too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, Ken Griffey Jr., who wore that number in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, Willie Mays. And number 1, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, top 3 I think is pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, Willie Mays is one.
You think so over Kobe?
And then Kobe and Griffey, man, that's
I don't know.
tough.
I feel like what
I mean, you could 2A, 2B, maybe.
for me Kobe is number 1.
Okay.
He was good.
Yeah, no, he was
Do you think that
phenomenal.
the length of the time they wore that number matters?
Like superstitious wise?
Well, no, like Griffey wore it for, I don't know how long was he in Seattle, like 12 years or something
He
like
was in
that?
Seattle twice.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he didn't wear 24 anywhere else.
No, not with the Reds and with the White Sox.
No. I think he was
Is that
3.
a trivia question?
No.
Okay.
Jeff's always
He's
trying to compete, bro.
angling,
He's
angling.
always
We're
trying to
gonna play
compete.
games.
Yeah, he wanted to compete on that list.
I like the list, though. I think it's a good list.
Yeah.
Ricky.
You think any more other guys that Jeff Gordon was one that I thought that was a NASCAR driver,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Maybe
Yeah.
to stretch, maybe, but I like racing, so.
I like Tony
I like
Stewart
that.
better because he can beat him up.
But he didn't drive
I know-
the 24.
I know he
car,
didn't, but he-
Jeffrey.
But he
He
could have
can still-
stolen it after
Yeah.
he beat him up.
Possibly, it's
Right.
true. It's a good point. Good point.
That's what I was getting at.
I
Any
figured,
other
yeah.
24s that come through your? Because I was struggling with that a little bit.
24.
24.
I mean, those are
Yeah.
the main guys.
Yeah, I mean,
They got 'em.
not just dudes that wore it. Obviously, there's tons of players that have worn 24. It's made that kind of impact, though, that were longevity and,
Yeah.
status. Thought that was
Our
fun.
boy Navo, Google it and tell me, hey, you guys forgot this guy.
Yeah, we'll definitely get.
Which, Carlos, we're still going to get you on. By the
yeah,
way.
that's your fault. I blame you.
Yeah.
I blame you.
Anyway,
So yeah, I think
Good
that's fun.
list.
Maybe
Good
we'll
list.
do it again for 25. We'll see. But if it's 24, that's a pretty iconic number. A lot of guys have worn that.
Yeah, big
Throw
names.
that out there. Speaking of big names and big leagued, Jeffrey, you and I got big leagued this week by our pal Kevin Burns
our
here.
co-host.
Yes.
How you ended up in Tahoe at the golf event there with all the celebs and literally us have zero ideas beyond me. Now I know it was.
I told you guys.
No, you didn't.
No, he casually said, "Oh, we're not going to the golf event, but my dad and I, he got tickets." And
Did
we're
he?
going."
When did you? You didn't say that.
No, he said it off air. He did tell us.
Yeah, I told you guys.
I completely
I
forgot until
said-
he started sending.
He just started sending
Yeah.
pictures of celebrities, and I was like, oh,
Well, I had said that we weren't attending the actual tournament. We were
Right.
attending the practice.
the practice rounds. Wow.
And if we were playing trivia on all the pictures you sent, I would have won.
You would have won. Yes. And I apologize, boys. Next year, that's got to be a trip.
I think it needs to be a trip.
Those celebrities are so cool to all the fans. They're interacting. We've got to go.
So all these pictures you were taking, were you in the casino? Is that
Yeah.
where most of that was? And
Yeah.
then, where you didn't have tickets to the actual golf event, but people were holding golf clubs on a golf course. But you
No,
didn't- you
I didn't
those
have them
tickets.
to the actual tournament. So I had the practice rounds. My father had the practice rounds, 2 tickets,
Okay.
which is that's when you should go because it's not
practice
great.
rounds?
Oh yeah, because there's so much more relaxed during that than
So who's the
regular
best
round.
celebrity golfer you saw?
I saw Mark Mulder. I saw John Smoltz. Those guys can rip it. And then there's just like Brian Urlacher. He's not good, but man, he can hit the ball. And the nicest guy.
Does he shank it?
No, he hit it pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah, straight. Chase Utley, he hit some bombs. Yeah, it was a good time.
A sport where size doesn't matter.
You're good.
Exactly.
I will say this. I told you this. I was thinking about like where you stand, especially with, celebrities or other athletes that aren't golfers. And I was thinking about the Tiger Woods picture with on the tee box, and there's just a crowd of people, both sides, all the way down the fairway to the green. I couldn't do it. I'd kill somebody. There's no way I could be on that tee box and hit a good drive.
Oh, I hate when the group behind me comes up
and is watching.
I don't know all of them. And
You want to hit first, right?
No, I just want to smash it, and then it ends up going
You
way
top
right.
it. Or
I top it.
Yeah, shank it. Well, that was the other surprising part is during the practice rounds, there's celebrities, but they're also playing with like regular dudes.
Yeah.
Well, really rich regular dudes. And they were fine.
So we could
in the
beat
crowds.
Mahomes at golf.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I saw
Josh
his-
Allen's pretty good.
Josh Allen is good.
Yeah. No, at golf.
Yeah, he was on TV.
Yeah. No, there's
the match. He was on
Right.
the match.
That's what I mean. He's good.
it's just you see how well those guys can deal with crowds when they're hitting golf balls 300 yards when people are screaming. There's it's not a calm environment.
Have you guys ever been to a major?
No.
I've never been to a golf.
I went to the U.S. Open.
tournament.
I think it was in 14 or 16. Maybe it was even before that, but when it was at Pebble.
Oh,
and
really?
Mickelson went on his birdie run, and we were following Phil the whole time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Never been to a golf event since or before that.
Just that
But
one.
yes, if they come to Pebble, we need to go to the Open again.
Yes, I had an opportunity to do
I think they're coming in the 30s, right?
the ProAms.
31
Something like
or
that.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're
We're going.
It's a ways away.
Well, the ProAms every year.
Yeah, I had tickets to that and I ended up not going, or I had an opportunity to go and I ended up not going.
Well,
but-
see, we should probably plan in advance. We've had a really tough time scheduling the podcast the last few weeks. So if we schedule, in 2031 that we're
Yes.
going to go to the U.S. Open,
I think we
We're
can
gonna
keep
go.
that. Keep that date.
it'd be a fun trip. I'm down. Did you talk to any celebrities?
Yeah.
Who'd you talk to?
I talked to The Miz. Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
From
of
course.
WWE?
Yeah, of course.
Well, was he on the Real World? Or where did he start?
Yeah.
It was
The
on a
Real
show
World.
like that,
Yeah,
right?
and
That's
then
what I
he
thought.
went and then he went on the challenge. Did you
Yes.
Cox,
yeah,
you had to
yes.
have watched the
I
challenge.
haven't watched it yet, but I did see all the.
No, the Real World
No,
Road Rules
the old-
challenge.
back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah, that was like
Puck?
Oh yeah. Cox is going to
remember.
start naming names now.
Yeah, you guys don't want to know.
I talked to Nick Jonas
Jeff,
talked
there's
to
some
us a
shit.
little bit.
There's not everything is to be proud of there, but this
I just named Puck. Hey, was he one of
that's
the guys
enough.
with AIDS?
That's one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he is.
Yeah.
We should have named Puck. Thinking about it now.
Wow, this is where we're going.
Well, I mean, it just, that's how my brain works, man. We had that question earlier, and Puck from Real World.
And now Miz,
a couple
Miz-
episodes.
All right, yeah, let's not
Miz is
downplay
a-
your Miz conversation.
a superstar in the WWE.
Super cool. Like I'm telling you, these guys up there, they're so relaxed and they're just having a good time and they know how to entertain crowds. He walked up, he's like, "Hey, do you know the yardage on this?" And to me and my dad, and I'm like, "Nope." I'm like, "Just hit it good." And then he gets up on the tee box and he's, entertaining. It's fun.
That's cool.
Who else?
He's a big fantasy football fan.
Is he really?
Miz is in
See-
more leagues than me.
We got to go to this thing.
We got to get
We
in our
have to,
league.
because you guys have this knowledge of these or the backstories of a lot of these guys that I don't have.
Yeah, I'll talk fantasy football with him.
Yeah.
We'll get him on Watch Your Lips.
Yeah,
so the
that's
Miz,
right.
if you're listening,
You need to
Watch your lips.
if anybody knows the Miz other than Burns, get him on Watch Your Lips.
I gave Shane Victorino knuckles
Okay.
coming out of the bathroom. Told him he was
World
a great
Series
ball player.
champ.
Yeah.
All right.
I talked at Miles Teller. He didn't really talk back, but told him Top Gun was really good. It was entertaining. It took
Did
some
you give him
creeper
the rooster
pics.
call?
I should have. I did not.
You were scared.
Yeah, it's interesting.
When's the next time you're going to see Miles Teller?
No, I get that, but it's like, it's a different experience. You're around people that you see on TV all the time, and
If you would have given him the morning rooster call,
it would have
he
been
would have
great.
come up to you and he would have been talking
that's
to you.
why I'm saying that's why you guys have to go.
Yeah.
I am inviting you, and I will not uninvite you.
Miles Teller be at the next year's.
Yeah, he should be.
You saw Nick Jonas too, right?
Yeah.
Did you say that already?
Yes, no, he didn't
I
say
was
that,
saying
but he
it.
did see Nick Jonas.
Yeah. He talked to us a little bit.
You guys watch The Kingdom that he was in? The MMA, it was like a 4 season.
No, I never
Kingdom.
watched it.
Oh, it was badass.
I thought that was still going on, and it was like this family that was...
They stopped it. Like it was after season 4, but it was awesome.
And he was in it?
He was in it. He was a brother in it.
He seems like a nice dude. I don't know how guys like that live every day, because people go crazy for him.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, on Wednesday was like the light day. There wasn't a lot of fans. As soon as he came up, there was tons of fans. They're screaming at him, and he goes and signs autographs, does it all.
I was telling you, that's where these guys they can handle that environment, like hitting a badge. Like the people, the crowd does not give them nerves.
No.
Because they're used to being.
Right.
Well, they're a lot of them are there for fun. Now, Tony Romo, Marty Fish, Mulder, all those guys
They're
are
there
there
to
to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw that with Steph Curry on Thursday's practice round. Like, he wasn't going into the crowds. He wasn't signing balls or anything like that. He was focused on his game. Because Steph Curry's a good golfer, too.
And the Carr brothers I saw were there.
Yeah, we saw David. Didn't talk to him or anything.
How was his hair?
I think he was wearing a hat.
He still looks like he could play, man.
Yeah, he's a specimen, dude.
He just got
One
rocked.
of the best Bulldogs ever.
Yeah, but he got rocked for how many years in Houston? And not
all
his
of them?
fault. Yeah.
All of the years?
It was like
did
5.
Did he build Andre Johnson?
No,
You know what I mean, though? Would Andre Johnson be, I think he would have been just as good, but he was phenomenal for David.
When I'm not knocking David, I'm knocking Houston for that.
Oh, I agree.
They didn't invest correctly for him.
Yeah. But I don't want to forget this, because this is Watch Your Lips, and you have to watch your lips responsibly here, Burns.
Mm-hmm.
You guys share the same birthday.
Yes.
Was a fun fact last week's episode, right? A better fun fact is Watch Your Lips was born on your birthday as well. Did you guys know that?
It was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
He told me that, and I didn't.
We
know.
recorded, and he put it out the next day.
So we
on
put
your
it out. We
birthday.
put it out on our birthday.
Put it out on your birthday.
It's a special day, Jacob.
Hey.
We were brought into
So-
the world on that day
Yeah. Well,
in
yeah.
consecutive years.
Yeah. When you were celebrating one, I was coming out.
Yeah. I was rooting you on.
Yeah.
Good job.
High five
Yeah.
through there.
Way to make it out, buddy.
Sit.
Way to make it out.
Yeah.
Now,
Success. That's your first win in life is coming
Making it
into,
out.
Yeah, coming into this world alive.
well, that's it.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you come out a winner.
Yeah.
That's been a topic in the news lately.
So anyway,
Clean slate.
you guys missed that. I don't know how Jake missed it.
dude.
Yeah,
He gave you
I
the
missed
shout
it.
out, but you guys should
Yeah.
watch your lips responsibly and
No, never. Not on that.
identify that we were all born.
The
Same
birth,
day.
the birth of
Yeah.
Y.
Yeah, Watch Your Lips was yes.
WYL. I got that out.
Yeah.
And in competitive games here, I did sneak past Jeffrey last week. For those wondering,
Woo!
he's going to argue.
For all of you, this is a contested victory. It was a 58-57, and Jake said that he
57-56.
he counted it 8 times.
A number of times, just to make
So,
sure.
We'll get back to you, but for now,
I got saves, bro.
So it's 4-3 now?
I'm gonna tip my hat. No,
4-2.
Oh, 4-2. I got
4-2.
ahead of myself.
I'm gonna tip my hat to Mr. Saldati over here
Nice.
for his second victory. So, Jake, you get first pick. We'll get this out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do somebody just, random there. I'm going to go your Julio Rodriguez.
All right. I am going to go Juan Soto.
I'm going to take Austin Riley.
I already took him. Bo Bichette.
Ooh, that's a good one, Jeff. And then I'm going to go Luis Robert.
Because he's catching fire now.
They both are.
How about Manuel Machado.
It's a good one too.
So there we go. I'm pretty sure that's a definite victory for me. Should be 5-2.
But Jake's now picking your players that you picked before, so you said it was a good strategy.
It is a good strategy to take everybody that I beat him with.
You lost. Both of those guys were on your team last week, and you lost.
All right, so you should lose.
But he's not wrong. They are the end of the week for him was better than mine. I started out good.
He started
Solid.
out very hot.
Yeah. And then he finished on fire. So
Just one behind.
How
mad does that make you?
Does it
I'd
make
rather
you?
lose by 10 than 1. You know that.
Yes, that's
Like
why I asked.
That's why I think there may be a mathematical.
Oh yeah, here we go.
But anyway,
Hey, we had some football news. Not just college football. We'll get into the Pac-12 stuff.
yeah.
But Baker in NFL news was
But-
shipped out of Dodge there.
So in bigger news, though, Christian McCaffrey, when he read the news about Baker Mayfield, he tore his ACL.
I believe it.
Thanks for sending us that.
Yeah.
Will you explain that so that way?
Yeah,
it's-
no, I sent them a meme of, when Christian McCaffrey found out that Baker Mayfield was coming to Carolina, he tore his ACL.
It's a
Yeah.
good joke.
I think it's funny.
It is funny. I laugh.
I think he probably did. If he hasn't, already, he will.
In fear of having Baker as his quarterback, you think? Is that how you're
Yeah,
taking it?
I mean, are you taking Baker over Sam Darnold?
Well,
Yes.
Dude, the other thing is Baker Mayfield in college, when Oklahoma beat Baylor, he was talking shit to Matt Rule and the sideline. And
Yeah.
he was calling him what was he?
I don't know, but I remember that.
Yeah, I
Because
think- yeah.
Cowherd tried to roast him for that. Was giving him
Well,
shit
yeah,
about
now
it.
he's his head coach.
Right.
So,
That's
that's fun.
past.
Yeah,
No,
that-
I'm sure it is. I will say this, though. Matt Rule, I tend to watch press conferences when new coaches come in. I watched all of his. It was like an hour long. Dude, anybody would want to play for this guy. Like, seriously, if you guys get a chance,
Play for
they're
him.
rebuilding it in Carolina. But, dude, he's an awesome coach, awesome mind, motivator.
I think it's a good landing spot for him, for Mayfield.
I think it's way better than Seattle.
Yeah.
And we were talking Carolina early on the podcast.
We did.
Like, early, but we hadn't brought Carolina up in a while because that news went silent, and that's where they get you, that
They get you.
journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
They go stealth on you, and now he's in Carolina.
So what's Cleveland's plan of action?
Have you seen
Right.
how they've been coming out and like ripping Baker Mayfield
Oh,
lately?
that's Cleveland, though.
Yeah,
They,
and
they
if
always do this, man. Like,
he was the quarterback that brought him out of the dumpster. I mean, they were
Yeah.
0-16, they were 1-15.
the cemetery burns.
Well, the cemetery. Yeah. And he was 29-30?
Yeah, something like that.
I think they had 29 wins in the previous 7 years.
Yeah, and he
was
got
4?
to the playoffs. I loved him in college.
Yeah.
He is not a good professional quarterback. At least he wasn't in Cleveland.
Right.
Now, depending on what the game calling is in Carolina, if he runs a little bit, he'll be better.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch it. How do you feel about it, Jake?
I mean, I feel like he had a decent complement of players in Cleveland. I think Jeff's right. I think the play calling, we'll just have to see how they use him. Like, he had good running backs. He had some decent receivers.
Christian McCaffrey can be the best running back in the NFL.
If he's on the field,
field.
yeah. If he's on the field.
DJ Moore can be a top 5 receiver also. So, I don't know. I still
But
think
he's a step
Carolina-
up from Darnold.
I think so.
So, dude, Darnold sucks.
Yeah.
But so does Mayfield. So, but yeah, I mean, probably by 1 point. He's got him by 1 point.
I read somewhere that this is the first time in 42 years, I believe it is, that top 5 quarterbacks are going to be on the same team.
Really?
Yeah. Because you have Mayfield, who was 1, and then
Right.
Darnold, who was 3.
Was Darnold 3?
He was something like that. He was up there.
I thought he was he 1 or 2?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was.
I mean, he might have
yeah.
been 3.
So
I mean,
you-
I don't pay attention
Think
to
of
the
all that
Jets.
money lost
Other
going
than-
into that.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're both.
Dude, it's such a crapshoot on that first round.
Yeah.
Like on quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah.
Like you'll get lucky and you'll get a Joe Burrow who can change any program.
Yeah.
Or franchise. It's not a program.
He was third
Okay, he was third
overall.
Good thing it wasn't trivia.
Because I would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Mayfield in Carolina is a good landing spot. I think he'll do fine there. I think they'll be.
I would think he's happy to be out of Cleveland too.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm saying, what are they doing now?
You guys have been to the Fresno Zoo before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks ago.
So the orangutans that throw the shit on everybody. Like, are you just going to keep standing there and letting the orangutan keep throwing shit at you?
No.
No, you're gonna be happy to be gone.
Yeah.
And then they're just gonna keep flinging it. So.
What happens? What do they do? What's their
Jacoby
backup?
Brissett is the quarterback.
Is that their backup plan
for the Browns right now?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, and thank God he's out of Miami. I hate Jacoby Brissett. He's
hate
worse than
is a
Garoppolo.
strong word.
I do. He's worse than Garoppolo, but he's just a game manager.
Yeah,
he
that's
cannot do anything.
Nothing.
Like, so if the Browns have to lean on him, they are totally screwed.
Yeah.
And I will bet whatever you guys want on Amari Cooper dying if he's the quarterback.
Well, yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he's awful.
Yeah.
They got no chance in winning in that division if he's the quarterback. I'm going to do a little over-under unless you got something else.
No, we'll stay in the football arena.
I wanted to give you guys...
We haven't done any football stuff. So
we're going to get back to some of our roots, do a little fantasy action. So Baker Mayfield, over-under, touchdown passes, 22.5.
Do you know what he had last year? I know I always ask this question, but I don't know.
I don't think it was 22.5.
Okay.
I will say that. It might have been. Jake's got his handy-dandy laptop here.
Well, last year he was injured. My gut instinct is
Why are you looking
under.
at my list?
I'm just looking down
All
so
right.
that you're not. I'm
Burns.
not making eye contact.
Burns
You make
is
me
under.
nervous.
All right. Jake, 22.5. What data are you looking at over there?
Yeah.
I'm looking at what he did last year.
What was it?
17.
Yeah, I was going to say 18.
Damn, man. It just depends.
On what?
If Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy.
Yeah.
For me. Because if he does, I say over.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the over.
Staying with quarterbacks, I got...
Because last year was the fewest. Last year was the first time he didn't break 20.
Right.
So I'm gonna give him.
Yeah. Okay.
And
He's got something to prove now too. Also, you know,
he can get the big contract. I think he's over.
I'm
Not
taking
by much.
over.
I think he's going to get 23.
So his highest was 27 his rookie year.
Yeah.
27, 22, 26, and 17.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence, 26.5.
Mr. Statman, can you give me the?
You want his last year?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be tough. He was 12.
12 touchdown passes. Was he injured?
No, he had nobody on the field. DJ Chark was injured.
Well,
12 and 17 picks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the under on that.
26.
You got 26 and a half. Yeah, I'm going under.
A lot of people think he's
I'm
bouncing
gonna say
back this
over.
year.
I'm gonna say over.
I'd go under on him.
Good.
Right, over, under. Justin Herbert, 37.
Are you looking it up for the?
You're gonna
previous?
wait for me?
Yeah, because if you're getting it, then I should get it too, right?
Oh, here we go.
Right? Fair.
I thought this was going to go fast.
Fairness.
guys. Sorry.
No, come on. You know we get all analytical.
Damn. I'm gonna say under, Jeff. He was 38 last year.
I'm gonna say over. He's getting better and better.
That league's better this year.
Yeah, I'm going under.
That conference is better.
Good. I'm getting the opposite of both of you for every single one.
All right, Matt Ryan, 31.5.
New home.
I'm gonna say under.
Some new faces. What's the number,
Without
Jeff?
knowing, I like it.
Yeah.
Good.
What's the number?
31.5.
I'm gonna say under. He was at 20 last year.
Yeah.
But again, they
He's at a
had
new
they had
place.
I'm going to
nobody.
be under. I'm going to be under also. All right, and then Patrick Mahomes, 39.5.
Over.
I'm going over. I'm not even gonna look.
I'm going under.
Because
so?
Tyreek Hill's
35
gone.
last year? No, not really. Not because of that. I don't. How many do you have? 38 last year?
What did you give us?
39.
39 and a half.
37.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, he had a good season. I think he's going to have around the same.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm
well,
I'm not thinking like way over. Not like what I'm
thinking
2018. 40. No, dude, he's only broke 40 once.
Okay.
And he's going to this year.
So 50, 26, 38, 37.
12-team league. Is Patrick Mahomes still, and we could even throw Josh Allen in it. Are you taking him in the first or second round, either one of those guys? If you're drafting 12-team league? Burns?
A PPR or...
Well, yeah, but he's a quarterback, so he's...
Well, I know, but that matters, right?
It matters for the receivers for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't mean to do that to you.
No, you're right. You're right.
I
like number 1 or 2?
No. In the first or second round.
Yeah,
So
I would.
You would. So top 24.
Yeah.
You guys would take him in the top 24?
Either one of those guys?
Yeah.
Probably.
I would probably only take Josh Allen at the tail end of the
Round
second
1
round.
or second round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that?
Just because receivers and running backs are so valuable now. And there's a ton of guys, like receivers are getting
That's
big
why
points.
I was asking that about PPR. I knew I had a thought process on that.
But running
also
backs
depends on
are
your
scarce and they get hurt.
And
So,
your format matters, like how many receivers you can have, running backs you can have.
But I mean,
we
in
played
general-
2 quarterbacks in our league, so
in general, though, let's say it's a 1 quarterback league. Are you drafting them early? Are you drafting a quarterback early? Some people do. I've seen people win. I've won doing that before. Personally, I don't like it anymore. When you can get guys like Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, and if you had Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers last year, you probably got them in like 6 or later.
Do you think that you're at this point because of the research and everything that you do for fantasy football?
Yeah, probably.
Because most people,
but I just don't like taking a quarterback early because I don't like the feeling of, oh shit, all the running backs are gone.
Right.
Or all,
But you look at the top with your experience, right?
Yeah, sure. But I could get a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah.
Like late.
Derek Carr is a great example.
Kirk Cousins is another one. Like I'll roll with those guys and have a stacked roster,
right?
And still win.
Well, yeah, because the point difference between the quarterbacks, between those guys and others, it can be huge, but most of the time it's not a huge variability.
Like a Jonathan Taylor and a Ronald Jones last year.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody thought Ronald Jones was going to be the starter, and then Fournette came in and did what he did. Yeah,
I agree with that take. That's kind of where it's moving.
Yeah, and
there's enough quarterbacks that you can get it. Handle enough points to get you through a week.
If I'm picking in the top 5, like 1 through 5 in the first round, I'm taking a running back. If I'm picking behind 5, most likely I'm going to grab 2 wide receivers this year,
back to back.
Yes.
Do you think the daily fantasy stuff has changed your strategy as well? Because you've seen like the values put on these guys, and then you can kind of put that on when you're doing a regular draft.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, it does, but I do a lot of best ball now, which is you draft you draft your team before the season starts, and there's no ads or drops. So if guys get hurt, you're screwed. Like you get no points. So it'll take your best roster points, and then it goes against, and it's a league. You're in with 10 different people. But if you don't draft like 7 wide receivers, the first year I did it, I drafted 5, and 4 of them were out for the season. So I had 1 guy getting me points. So yeah, it's changed for sure.
Yeah.
Daily will change your regular leagues, or at least your mindset.
Right.
So who would you pick first, Josh Allen or Mahomes?
Allen.
Yeah, I think
No
I'm
doubt.
going Allen.
And they're not going to be there if that's the route you go, running back your first 5. And I'm with you, wide receiver.
Dude, every league I have Josh Allen in, I'm competing for a championship. Regardless of where I get him. He's just that good.
And a good dude too.
Yeah.
That was another guy at the tournament that was just signing autographs like crazy with all the kids. Sorry. Little caveat.
No, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the pictures.
I figured you guys would like them. The creeper
Dude,
picks.
I mean, we might have to post
grainy.
your Jerry Rice.
yeah.
Hey, the best
Because
part
it's
is
just like half of Burnsy's.
And you can see Jerry Rice's gray beard now.
Yeah.
the best part is he's walking away, and he has this big old bodyguard with him, and the bodyguard's just looking around, and Jerry Rice took a bunch of pics with everybody, and he's walking away, and I'm like, hey, can I get a pic? And he didn't even acknowledge me, and I looked at the big dude. I'm like, it's not happening tonight, huh? And he just shook his head. He's like, nope. And I just walked off.
Had your chance, dude.
Yeah, it was very awkward. But,
Yeah, see.
yeah, I got to get a little more
Hey,
aggressive.
as a sales guy, you should be getting in
Yeah,
there.
that-
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, it was
You didn't
different.
rub elbows with
Were
those
you
guys.
drinking?
Yes, but I wasn't feeling it because
No,
out
that was
there-
You were in awe.
part of the problem.
yeah, absolutely.
Little starstruck.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I could imagine. I've
'Cause
never.
it's not
I don't
like-
think I've ever really been by any famous people. Mike Tyson, but he was surrounded by
Oh, is it?
monster bodyguards. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been around anybody like super
Really?
famous. Yeah.
I yelled at a lady screamed at her, honestly. It was a teller for United Airlines in Colorado, and George Foreman's standing right in front of me. And I immediately know it's George Foreman, right? And this lady has no clue, right? And she is giving him all kinds of shit about his luggage and everything else. And I'm like, I go, ma'am, excuse me, but do you know who this gentleman is right here? This is George Foreman. She's like, and then this is what she says. Oh, you make the grills?
Oh, yes.
And I'm like,
I love you.
I go, Mr. Foreman, do you mind if I step in and I'll try to fix this for you? And so I did. He had 2 carry-ons. They're like, 1 carry-on. Can't bring 2. And I'm like, make an exception for Mr. Foreman, would you? I'm not going to carry mine on. I'll check mine in. He can take mine. So anyway, he got both bags on, and he gave me an autograph, shook my hand. I said, thank you, son. I appreciate that. I was getting really frustrated with her, but I wanted to keep my cool. And he was calm and collected the whole time. And I'm just sitting there fuming, pissed. I'm like, it's not even happening to me, but
Right.
it's like, it's George Foreman.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
How are you disrespecting him?
I take that back. I've told this story. I think I told it on the other podcast, the Three Bro Migos one. I'm pretty sure. I don't care. Ricky won't mind. We were leaving Disneyland. This is probably 15 years ago. And we're walking out. And in's walking. It is the back way in is Tommy Lasorda.
Oh,
And from me to you.
really?
And Ricky's right next to me. He goes, oh, man, it's Tony La Russa. And he just turns around and yells at Ricky, it's Lasorda, buddy. And Ricky just kind of put his head down, and I was like, dude, you'll
How
never.
old were you guys?
I mean, 15, 20, mid-20s.
Oh, Ricky, man.
I don't even know if I was
Come on.
married yet. I may have been younger.
Hey, fun fact. Since we put a fun fact, if you're ever at Disneyland and you see the people in plaid, they are escorting a celebrity around.
Really?
Yeah, because Manny from Modern Family.
Uh-huh.
Him and his family were there, and then Carson Palmer. He bought me a beer the night before. His family was there, and
When
he
you
was being
fir-
escorted around.
So what I realized in seeing all these celebrities is it's hard to recognize who they are in person sometimes.
That's where you need me.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I'm sure, yeah, you would get it like
Hey, Tony La Russa.
Hey, Tony La Russa.
How the hell are you?
You know, Creeper McGee over here.
It's Lasorda, kid.
Lasorda, buddy. Oh, it was so funny, bro. I couldn't help but laugh. But, he knew what he
Well,
was. He
he
knew
got
who it was.
starstruck.
He
Sure,
just, yeah,
sure,
in
yeah.
the moment,
Yeah.
he
Hey, I had one more thing before we move on.
Football?
Yeah, football.
Let's go.
just
Let's
stay
go.
there. So these 4 guys, I'm curious what you guys think. They're intriguing to me. The first one is Hollywood Brown. He got traded to Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins is suspended for 7 games. Christian Kirk got traded to Jacksonville. So it's basically him and Rondell Moore right now. My take is in the Ravens offense, they didn't really utilize him. When he was at Oklahoma, the kid was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So now you got Murray and Marquise Brown back together. They're going to air it out a little bit. I tend to like Hollywood this year. What do you guys think?
a controlled environment too. they're not playing in the cold.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how big of a deal that is for players, but I would think it's a big issue.
Yeah.
You know, rain.
Well, you've been to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We went together.
Yeah.
You sweat your little tush
It was
off.
brutal. What I'm saying is from Baltimore
Yeah.
to where he's
Yeah,
at
no,
now,
absolutely.
the environment
Yeah.
may
Big.
play. Because he had a lot of drops last year. I don't know if that's you contribute that to weather, but I'm just saying.
Could be.
And again,
Or
new
the ducks that Lamar Jackson was throwing
Yeah.
all year.
a new home, a new environment.
So you
Yeah,
like
I think him and
I
Kyler.
think so, too. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was there not last year, but the year before. Like,
Yeah.
No, I want to give the
He was
listeners
huge.
some guys that can, that they might help you. You can get them later.
if you're questioning the Hollywood Brown, because last year it
Yes,
wasn't what
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you went after him, you were probably disappointed. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you're going with this.
Kind of.
Okay.
And the second one is Christian Kirk. He got the big deal. He's in Jacksonville. They don't really have a true number one. What do you guys think about Kirk?
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be much better this year, so I think that's going to help. quite a
Running
bit.
game. Is it still Robinson?
ETN and Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah, ETN's back, and he's a
two-headed
good
monster
pass
there.
catcher out of the
Oh,
backfield.
and he went to Clemson.
Yeah, exactly.
They
They're
were
back.
teammates.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Back together.
And he
I
caught
don't
a
think
lot of
Trevor
passes.
Lawrence is going to go backwards.
No.
No.
Well, and now he's got a good coach, right?
Those are fighting words,
we are-
Burnsy.
yeah,
okay,
you know, I'm gonna
he is
pick
an
his mic
urban.
up and
He
put it
is
in
an
his throat in a minute.
Urban Meyer fan for some reason. I mean, it goes back to
I'm-
your Florida days,
Wait,
I'm
or
a
what?
what?
Gator fan.
Urban Meyer's gone.
Yeah.
But he was the Gator head
He
coach.
said he has a good coach now.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Yeah, well, Urban Meyer was a disaster there. So, yeah, he has
Okay.
a better coach.
You can't disagree with
I'm
that.
not disagreeing with that. But
Like,
don't
he was going
ever
through a
say Urban
midlife
Meyer's
crisis.
not a good coach.
Would you rather have
wasn't
Urban
in-
Meyer?
Or Pete Carroll.
No. You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Or who?
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Who would you rather play for?
Ooh. Probably Nick Saban. I'm not a big fan, but I would play for him over Urban Meyer.
He's going to walk out of here with
I mean, the reports that have come out about the dude.
No,
like, he got really aggressive.
Hey,
Like he got
Saban
bad.
was a freaking disaster in the NFL.
No, I agree.
These guys, like, okay, Brian Kelly, smart guy. He's staying where he knows he can be successful, and he wins every year, right? Nick Saban and Urban Meyer, their jump to the NFL was premature and awful timing. One, Urban Meyer thought he was going to go in and do what he did at Utah, what he did at Bowling Green, what he did at Florida, what he inherited at Ohio State. You're not doing that in Jacksonville, dude. So he got the number one pick, and he made a disaster out of it. I totally agree with you. That place was in shambles. I mean, Jacksonville was just 3 years away from being in the AFC Championship
Right.
game.
It sounded like
And now they suck.
it sounded like the culture was bad there.
Yeah,
though,
that's
too.
what I'm referring to.
Well, it's not-
and that doesn't just happen when he goes into the NFL. That has to be a character flaw that's been taking place over the last however many years he's been a
Fair.
coach.
I mean, if you're physically kicking your kicker
Yeah.
because he doesn't make the field goals you want him to make, it's probably not.
It's not 1960. We can't do that anymore.
Right. You can't grab their face
Maybe,
mask. right?
maybe
You
even
just-
maybe even in the early 90s, because I would imagine we had some coaches that would throw you up.
Hey,
against
who
the
had a
wall.
better winning percentage in college? Pull it up.
I think we did this already.
Just pull it up.
I got to pull up two guys, bro.
Just put Meyer versus Saban winning percentage. We can wait. We can keep going on this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would play for Nick Saban based on what it sounds like a disaster it was to play for Urban Meyer, and I don't think that happens overnight.
Okay, but the guys in Florida and the guys at Ohio State and the guys that were at Utah that went undefeated, Alex Smith, the way they talk about him and the way he was as a college coach, I mean,
We should call Aaron Hernandez and see what he thinks.
see Burns here. This is. Did you watch the documentary?
Yeah,
Did you like it?
the Aaron Hernandez one. I mean, it was.
No, was it entertaining? I mean,
It's been a while since I've watched it.
I
but
mean, it's been out for 2 years, so
Yeah,
we're
it's been a
not
while.
we're not going to spoil it for anybody right now. That he
well, it's been a while, but entertaining. It's sad to see somebody deteriorate like that.
and he hanged himself.
Yeah, no, it's sad.
You know, it's hanged, right?
Not hung.
Yeah.
What would be hung?
So Nick Saban is at 800.
800 winning percent. Wow. In college.
Yes.
All of his colleges.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to Toledo, right?
And Urban Meyer, 853.
Oh,
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
That's
So I'd rather
Sure.
play for a winner.
Granted, that's at Bowling Green and Utah.
Yeah. Exactly. And at Florida.
you should have seen his face.
And
He
Ohio
said,
State.
"Yeah."
And this dude did it at Toledo, Michigan State, LSU, and then Alabama, right?
So where are you signing your letter of intent if you are wanting to play for Urban Meyer right now, or signing your scholarship?
The bar that he was hanging out with the young chicks.
Yeah. So Nick
That's where you
Saban's
gotta
got
sign.
more longevity. He's been playing longer. I mean, coaching. Probably not playing. He's pretty small.
When you DM us about getting your Watch Your Lips hat, let us know who you'd rather play for. I think that's a great trivia. Not a trivia. It's a great poll question.
Keep winning percentage in mind. 853 and 800.
Keep culture in mind.
Exactly. You can do that too.
The
Ask Tim
locker
Tebow.
room culture.
Tim Tebow and
Well, yeah, those
Jesus
two- yeah.
were both fans of Urban Meyer.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both were.
Okay. Who's next on your list?
When do you think
number
Jesus
3.
stopped liking
Did you
Urban
guys say
Meyer?
Christian Kirk? I mean, we got off on a bunny trail there.
Okay, so if you've used Christian, Kirk, and Hollywood Brown,
Yeah, but what'd you guys say about Kirk? Are you fans? I mean, you said
I'm a
Lawrence is
fan,
gonna have
but
a,
I don't. Lawrence or
Will you
Kyler
take him
Murray.
as your number 3 wide receiver, or is he a number 4 guy?
Maybe
is he a
if-
bench guy.
Maybe one of 4
Yeah,
bench
4
guy.
bench.
You stream him if
Yes.
you
Yeah.
go by. Okay,
Yeah.
If I have
I'm
to,
with you guys.
I mean, I'm probably taking Brown over him.
But you're going to draft him.
Yeah, if you
I would, yeah.
If he's
because
there, you draft
because if Lawrence does have the year that we're kind of talking about, then that's going to benefit.
He downgraded in quarterback,
Yeah,
so I don't know if he's going to have the same year.
we're going to have a Watch Your Lips fantasy league also that we're going to have 9 listeners in on this with. None of you get to draft this guy. He's my guy this year, Michael Pittman. Not the running back from 15 years ago at
From
Tampa
Fresno.
Bay. No.
Wasn't he
was
with
good,
Fresno
though.
State?
Yeah,
He was
with
Fresno
Fresno
State,
State.
Didn't his son come here too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wide receiver for the Colts. You got Matt Ryan throwing to you now.
Yeah, I think that's going to
it's-
benefit.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, he's going to go.
And he had a good year
bananas
last
this
year too.
Yeah.
He's going to
Yeah,
go
he
crazy.
did with Wentz.
I like it. I like it. I don't think it's a risky play, right?
No,
these
I
are
think-
guys you'd question. Again, we're talking about guys you would question in the last couple of years of later round.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, you drafted him as a 4th or 5th wide receiver last year. I think you can get away with a 2 or 3 with him.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, last one is Ronald Jones. He got traded to the Chiefs. They're saying, all the reports are saying he's going to start over Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
For how long, you think? How long is that going to last?
No running back seems to last in Kansas City for very many weeks, whether it's
Yeah.
injury and then they get beat out for a little bit, unless you're LaShawn McCoy and then you don't.
But I think
Ryan
without-
Westbrook,
yeah, a while long.
Eagles.
Oh, with
You're
Reed.
talking Eagles, McCoy and
No, I'm talking McCoy.
when
and-
he was there,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Does not having Tyreek Hill now maybe force you to run the ball a little more?
I think Sky Moore is a younger version of Tyreek Hill, and I don't think that offense is going to lose much.
Well, you
I mean-
still have Kelsey. I mean, that guy changes games. Him and Mahomes together.
The only question mark I have is like Juju. It's odd. He doesn't fit that offense. I mean,
Yeah.
McCole Hardman, fast. Kelsey just,
Big.
he's a monster.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend
Sky Moore
on
fast.
how the running backs get drafted.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
Are you drafting Ronald Jones as are you okay with having him as a 3? Your 3rd running back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe. I maybe.
Assuming he's a
Again, it
starter.
depends.
Yeah, he would be a bench
bench
player.
guy. Yeah, on the bench just so that you can see what's going to happen,
Yeah.
right?
I-
it's
or
a
your
good
bye
stash.
week. Somebody's going to take him, I think.
Yeah, no,
So-
he's getting drafted. I mean, he got drafted last year, and until Fournette really went off, I mean, he was the guy in the early season. I think he's going to do good in Kansas City. I don't like him as my 3rd running back, but having him as a 4th running back, I'm fine with it. I think he's going to be good.
Hilaire already has is established in that offense.
Right, but he hasn't done too much.
Well, he was hurt last year for a bit. So
he was.
And is he going to be a 3-down back? It's not like Dalvin Cook. It's not the same.
No.
So I don't know what round I'm looking at. Again, depends on how running backs go.
Yeah, I think I'm drafting Jones before Edwards-Helaire.
Pick your poison. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a risk because what happens in 2 weeks when Hilaire starts for him?
Yeah, true.
So,
but Andy Reid's one of those guys. If you're good, he's going to stick.
Yeah,
with you.
you're going to play.
We talked about this a little bit, just to stay on the football thing before we jump into the Pac-12 stuff. We kind of had an interesting conversation, and you're a Packer fan.
Mm-hmm.
With not having Devontae Adams, do you see Ronald Jones used more? Aaron Jones, I'm sorry. Aaron Jones used more in kind of that Debo role. Do you keep Dillon in the backfield more? Do you utilize both guys at the same time on the field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you think you're going to see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not a football X's and O's guy. I don't know.
Well,
no,
I'm genuinely asking if there's football people out there. I'd love to, I feel like you got to have Jones on the field.
Dude, Matt LaFleur is one of the best offensive minds. He is going to make sure that Aaron Jones gets the ball.
Well, yeah, there's a reason Rodgers stayed.
Yeah. And I think, this is crazy, but I think he catches 80+. I really do.
Yeah.
As a slot guy?
Yeah, like Debo, like you said.
Right.
I think that's perfect
or
for
dual
him.
threat, and line them both up and see what happens.
It's going to be
because they're both
year.
they both make a difference when they're on the field. Dillon is a beast.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
He's like an old school run through right through your teeth.
It's almost like
his
why
thighs are as big as our torso.
Well, it's kind of like why weren't they doing this already? Why did it take Devontae leaving to maybe use him differently? Both of them.
Well, because Devontae changes
he
your
spreads
whole
the field out, and he's a great route runner. So,
but why not add another element to that?
They did it a lot
Because Jones is a great pass catcher. He can run. He's
right.
I'm just thinking why maybe because
I agree with you. They didn't use Dillon as much as they should have.
Yeah.
Only when Jones was hurt, and when he was, Dillon
he
went
was
off.
good every time. He was always good.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, why don't you use them differently? Why don't you give Jones a different role? When you can.
Yeah. If you have him in a dynasty format, do not drop him.
No, I have Dillon, so
That's why I'm looking at you.
Oh, you're talking about Dillon.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Jones. You're not dropping Jones anyway.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm
talking
not
about Dillon.
Not dropping Dillon. No, not at all.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully it's
staying in
thing.
football. We'll get to the college side of this. It's still been in the news. It's still been talked about. You have the Pac-12, where USC and UCLA are jumping to the Big Ten, and the talk's been, what's Fresno State going to do? Where we're at, the dogs are king here, and the conversation's been made. I've been asked, do they stay in the Mountain West? Do they look to jump into the Pac-12? Do they ride out this season and try to make a phone call to the Big 12 with Texas and Oklahoma leaving? What are your thoughts on the future of Fresno State? I don't think we got into that last time at all. We just kind of.
I like it. My thoughts are they're going to the Pac-12, and Oregon and Stanford and Utah, those three for sure are gone. And I know we touched on that a little bit, and I think Washington will be gone. I don't think anybody wants Cal. I don't think anybody wants Oregon State. So there's Washington State.
But I think the Arizona schools as a TV market and one state taking both of them makes sense.
Yeah, but they're awful, dude. They're awful. So does it make, a team like Fresno State that goes in and can beat an Arizona? They've proven it before. Can beat Arizona State, proven it before. And a San Diego State, a Boise State, a Colorado State, that can compete in multiple sports, which Fresno can, San Diego State can, Boise can, Colorado State can. So I think the Pac-12 that we're going to see is like the scrubs and those big those big programs like Oregon specifically. I think Oregon is in actually a better spot than they think. Like, where do you want to go? You want to go to the SEC? You want to go to the Big 10? You want to go to the Big 12? Pick your poison. You can go anywhere you want. We'll all take you. We want to make our conferences better.
Yeah.
Right? So I think what happens is the Big 10, Big 12, I wouldn't be shocked if they combine and make that super conference. SEC takes whatever schools aren't in that conference, they make that super conference, and then you have a mid-major super conference. All the Fresno states, all the Colorado states, all the San Diego states.
So we
and we talked a little bit about this, right? And maybe you make that national championship for the mid-major schools because they're not getting a shot.
No.
That was Jake's idea.
Yeah,
Genius.
I like that. That is a good idea. I like it a lot.
There's not one mid-major school that will ever win a national title.
No, it's not like
Not in football.
baseball.
Not in football.
like college
Yeah.
baseball.
The problem with these super conferences, so just reading into it further, right? And I read an article today out of the ACC.
Yes.
Clemson wanted to jump ship, Miami, Florida State.
Yeah.
The problem is
North Carolina.
their TV, they have to buy their way out, and it's going to be a monster. Like, it's going to be expensive to leave. I saw a Pac-12 ACC merger.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
problem with the Pac-12 is that you're talking about, it was a $200 million, roughly a little more than $200 million TV share. And in the Big Ten, it's $500 million. Okay, they're saying the Big 12 is going to be upwards of $1 billion. Okay, now Fresno State share in the Mountain West last year was like 4.9. Okay, so if you bump up to the Pac-12, it's going to be more. Mm-hmm. But you just lost the biggest TV market in Los Angeles to the Big Ten. So what rights do the Pac-12 have to negotiate?
Not very many.
You don't. So I think the Pac-12 is.
That's a good point, dude. Because what if
It's all going to come down to dollars at the end of the day.
They might be the fill-in.
Did you stay in the Mountain West and build the Mountain West?
I think the Pac-12 is a little more sexy than the Mountain West. The name,
because
yeah,
of the
well, it's just got
history-
tradition.
I think
yeah.
It's got that tradition to it, of course.
Right. So I think that, but when you go to TV rights, what the Big Ten has now done is they've taken the early morning games on the East Coast. So you start here at 9, right? You're watching Michigan,
And you're going to get an afternoon game as well.
You're going to get 2 afternoon games, and now you're going to get the evening game that every time UCLA or USC plays at home, and they're probably going to rotate where USC's traveling, UCLA's at home, and they're getting the night game. So whatever network has, the Big Ten, they're going to dominate it.
Yep.
And the SEC is going to dominate the other one. So buy your package now for Pac-12, for Mountain West. I mean, I buy the Mountain West channel. I've bought the Pac-12 channel only because I wanted to watch Fresno State play Oregon last year. So people
You
will
are
buy it.
committed.
Well, and
I'm
so
committed to Fresno State. Like,
Yeah.
if Fresno State is playing, I'm going to be home. Or I'm going to be somewhere that I'm watching Fresno
Or at the
State
game.
Or at the game,
Yeah. Wow.
I was reading more on, the reason USC, one of the reasons it was like, listen, you've got teams like Vanderbilt in the SEC making a shit ton more money.
Isn't it like 56?
That's like, you look at the Big Ten, that's roughly the going rate. Like Iowa,
yeah.
50 something
Wisconsin.
million. And about the TV and the sharing, the revenue share.
Right.
And it's like,
And you were saying Iowa and Fresno State have
about roughly the same enrollment.
population.
Oklahoma State,
yeah.
roughly the same. Kansas State. Baylor's like 10,000.
Well, it's private, right?
Yeah, this is private.
Yeah.
But and now you got Fresno trying to implement this tax now or get it on the ballot for like $33 million, I think is what it's going to raise. But a third of it's only going to facilities. Listen,
Here's the problem with what they're trying to do. It's forcing. The good thing about it, let me start there. The good thing about it is it's going to force the playoff expansion,
I think
which
so.
we all want to see anyway. Okay, that forces their hand. There's too many teams,
Right.
But there's way too many Division I teams. Like why the NFL works, why the NHL works, why Major League Baseball works, because they don't have as many teams. So what are you going to do when you put 100 teams in a bubble and you try to figure out who the real national champion is?
Yeah.
If you've got 50 of them in one conference, that's a super conference, and 50 in the other, what is it going
Well,
to
like you talked about last week, there can be 4 undefeated teams and then all the SEC
Sure.
teams. Or how do you do that?
if let's say the Pac-12 does erode, but it stays a Power 5, right? An automatic bid for winning the conference. And a team in the Pac-12 goes undefeated, but you've got the super conference of the SEC and Big Ten and whatever the Big 12 becomes, and you have a 1-loss, 2-loss SEC champ, are you going to take them over a depleted Pac-12 champion?
Well, that Pac-12 auto bid is going to the Rose Bowl.
Well, what's going to happen to that? What's going to happen to that now?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know.
If the Pac-12 dies, who's going to share that? Who's going to share that? Who's going to take that spot?
Well, I don't think the Pac-12 dies. I think it grows. I think but man, geography is insane. And for teams like Fresno State, they almost geographically have to have the teams wipe close them out by. They can't
financially.
Yeah, there's no way. If you're saying they're getting $4.9 million, dude. Well, if airfare alone for all these guys, like if you're traveling 8 times a year
across the country
to the East Coast, to the Far East.
For 2020,
they're not going to
live golf tour.
Maybe they will now. Who knows? I mean, we could be going there.
College Raptor top sports revenue for 2022 in the Mountain West. Number 1 was Colorado State. Number 2 was Boise State. Wyoming 3. San Diego State 4. Utah State 5. Fresno State was 6.
Yeah, and you know what sucks is it's going to go off money.
Yep.
They're going to go off. What's
State,
the biggest revenue generator first?
Boise State got the most last year. They got 9 with their bowl and everything. They ended up with like $9 million roughly, a little more than that.
Well, the report is Fresno's pushing for Pac-12. That's where they want to be. I personally think that's the best move for them. I mean, even if it happens next year, Oregon's going to have to make a move now. Like the other teams, they got to make a move now.
Is there any news out about those teams? Like Clemson, they're saying like
the problem is that but it's going to cost them. And that's not like you're talking half a bill. Like you're talking $500 million,
right? But
so they're not going to just jump ship. They're going to wait until it's time to renegotiate deals and they can get out of this thing.
This is Clemson.
Yeah, this is all any ACC school.
So what about Oregon? Is there any news out that they're going somewhere? I haven't seen anything.
I mean, I don't know what the Big Ten's planning to do further. If they're taking calls, if they're looking to keep going, I can guarantee you Oregon's not going to want to stay in the Pac-12.
No.
But I don't know how long it's going to take
and
for these
not
teams.
fair for Oregon to be in the Pac-12. If those teams are gone, like it's going to be silly. They're going to dominate everything.
And they'd have to schedule the strongest non-conference.
They always suck against the nerds. Stanford, they always lose to Stanford. They'll win 12 games and lose to the nerds at the end. It happens every time. So there's that one rivalry game where
like Fresno State has with Boise, San Jose State or something.
Hawaii last year.
Yeah.
But how many times have we been better than Boise on paper?
Oh, absolutely.
And they come in and just slaughter us. Yeah. Because we tank.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at these moves and they're seeing football, right? And I know football is the
king.
It's king. I get it. It makes a ton of money.
Right.
But you got to think about other sports. And with UCLA and SC on the West Coast, like, is your baseball team going to fly all the way to Rutgers for a weekend for a weekend series?
Yeah. And then Wisconsin?
Or you're going to have to be on the road for like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or is there going to be that much money distributed to where it's like, it doesn't matter? I don't know.
It's going to be
I'm asking because
is
it going to go from Rutgers and we're going to stay the week and we're going to play a midweek game here and then we're going to go play, Michigan?
Are you going to have practice facilities for these West Coast teams that have to stay on the East Coast for 3 weeks? Are they going to be able to practice somewhere? Is there a neutral site they can practice?
I just can't see the cost.
And then you don't have your own stuff, and then
basketball. They don't play series, they play one game.
Right. They're going to be
on everywhere. A Tuesday night.
We're going to go to Michigan for one game, and then midweek we got to go play Rutgers, and then we got to go play Ohio. They're going to be on the road for like 3 weeks.
Or come out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
A couple nights later.
So it is going to be a logistical nightmare.
Again, I hate it, man. I hate what it's doing.
Like we're taking all we're talking about is how it relates to football. How is it going to affect all these other sports?
Yeah. It's crazy. Baseball's fine because you'll play a weekend series and then you'll play a West Coast team during the week. That'll probably be your conference.
That's going to be rough. Let's get a little taste of some maybe big league baseball there with the time changes.
Right. That's going
to be hard. You fly back on a Sunday after a weekend series to take Monday off and then play Tuesday.
But the watch your lips take. I agree with you, Jake. I think you have 2 national championships. You've got
Mid-major.
these powerhouses. Let them go, expand the playoff, then do a mid-major playoff, same way, same amount of teams.
Like, what do you think?
Like they do with the one double A or whatever it
Sure.
is, or FCS or FBS, whatever it is.
Conference USA, the Sky Conference, Mountain West, the remainder Pac-12, the remainder ACC. Put them all in one. Put them in a bubble and let them beat up on each other.
Yeah.
Then Fresno could have a chance.
Yeah.
A team like Fresno, especially this year.
No, I love that idea.
They're going to be good.
I know people probably would hate that, don't like that take, right?
I do.
I like it because, if you're from Fresno, from the Valley, we've seen so many teams be that good and be that close, and knowing even if we went out, we're not going. We're not getting to that bowl. Yeah, you get a big bowl and you make more money, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
But you're going to probably get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
too,
exactly. Nor do we have
look at Cincinnati
very often.
Yeah, but look at the run where Derek Carr's senior year.
2001.
Right? Yeah. And
Derek.
Sorry.
And they're undefeated, and Northern Illinois is undefeated. And the whole thing, they were talking about those two teams. We were never in front of Northern Illinois. Ever. Even though we had a better non-conference schedule, but it's biased in some way that Northern Illinois,
the East Coast bias,
whatever.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. As a Fresno fan, the way it's structured, there's
those two teams play each other.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to see.
That would have been fun to see if we didn't tank against San Jose State and we lost.
Yeah, I killed it.
But they didn't play in the bowl game. They got leapfrogged by a team that lost one game, and they went undefeated. And then they got slaughtered in their bowl game.
I think it'd be
We also got slaughtered by USC in the bowl game that same year.
Yeah, I was at that game.
So why not do the mid-major thing so that there's a chance? Then it's more of a level playing field.
Yeah, in a sport like football, there is no parity. Like with the mid-major and an Alabama. Like a Fresno State and an Alabama, okay, we might be able to compete with them for a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. If we're lucky, maybe a half, right? After that, they're just going to railroad us. It's happened time and time again. They just have better athletes.
Yeah. They're getting the 5-star athletes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's an interesting. It's going to be talked about for a while. I was on a show. I was on ESPN radio this week, and I'm like, and the host was kind of like, we may not have an answer this week, this month, this season. We may not know. I don't know how quick a rush I am to the Pac-12.
Well, you got to do something.
Right now, nobody's left, so it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
it's a rung up on the ladder, though. Right now, if you look at it the way it is right now, Pac-12 is a rung up from Mountain West. Fresno State goes in, and they have a really good year, and they win the conference. They're going to the Rose Bowl. When has Fresno State played in the Rose Bowl? So if I'm Fresno State
last year, but not for a bowl game,
right? And they won.
No, they're not playing in the actual Rose Bowl game,
and they've beat UCLA more than once.
Yeah.
So, but if you can get that automatic bid, if it stays the same, you go to the Pac-12 for sure. You're chomping at the bit to go. One, like you said, the revenue source is going to be more, right? And you have a better opportunity for postseason.
Yeah.
Comes down to cash. And if they can get more
it's all
cash,
it's all going to be it's all going to come down to dollars. So I'm interested. I like there's potential, and then knowing we're going to have a good team this year and to see what they can do as long as they take care of business. Dude, I wouldn't even oppose being like, hey, they may not want us, but you make that phone call to the Big 12 if we have a good year. I mean, they're going to be looking. They're going to fill needs. Who's going? Somebody's going to the Big 10. There's more. They're talking about adding more.
There's talks like 30 teams are going to be in the Big 10.
You got the SEC. They're all going to. They're all going to go at each other. Like that's all. It's outduel who's going to get who.
Yeah.
So there's going to be. I doubt it. I think it's a stretch, but why not? If you have a good year, make that phone call to the Big 12.
I also need to watch my lips responsibly again. I said I was really excited to see Oklahoma play Texas. They play every year. I meant Florida. So
I don't remember
responsibly watching my lips on that.
Attaboy.
As a Gator fan,
guys, I got a couple random questions.
Okay.
And then before we started, I text you guys, hey, remind me to ask these questions.
But he's reminding himself. So
I didn't forget.
Well, you wrote it. You said it.
I didn't forget it.
You
Well,
saw
because
it.
when I got here, Jeff was like,
of memory.
I know what your question is. And I have an answer for you. That's what you told me.
See, this is the mind game. I play with him all the time. I have no idea what you're going to
Okay,
ask.
I didn't think you did.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, you don't want to do it on here?
No.
You want to do it after? Okay.
No, I want to do it here.
Okay.
Ask me the question or ask the question, whatever it is.
Okay, so it started with, I asked my wife this earlier, and that question led to another question. I think I'll ask that one first. If you could be a professional athlete in any sport, football, hockey, baseball, tennis, golf, whatever, what sport would you want to be a professional in?
Golf.
And golf, she said the same thing.
Yeah.
And so the second question's a little more challenging with golf, but
Okay.
How good am I?
you're a professional.
No, but I mean, there's a lot of professionals.
That's going to be the second question.
Okay.
But that's, I started there because I was like, well, that's interesting. Follow, like, you'll see it ties in.
My gut would say baseball, but I would be apt to play golf too. I like playing golf more now
Yeah.
than I did
Exactly.
baseball.
So my wife's response to why golf is that she felt like, well, you could probably have a longer career,
Exactly.
right? So
Yep.
thinker. But baseball, I was thinking too. Now, baseball, football, basketball, these are hockey. Those were easier sports to the second question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying baseball. I obviously baseball, just my thing. Golf's a little more challenging on this. So would you rather have a World Series or you can't have both, World Series champ or the Hall of Fame? One or the other. What would you rather have?
Probably World Series champ.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, you guys
You're
know.
a team man.
I'm a team
Yeah,
guy.
Team guy.
Okay. I was curious.
If I'm good enough, I'll make it. That's not up to me.
Yeah.
I can control the outcome of a World Series by my play. I can't control the outcome of a Hall of Fame vote.
Yeah.
I'm saying you get to pick.
Yeah,
You
World
get to
Series.
you get to pick one. One World Series.
So you would not win a World Series if you were
In the Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
You were the Dan Marino.
Well, he didn't win a World Series, but he could have, Jake. I mean, he was a really good baseball player.
No, I'm saying.
I mean, if we want to get into that, too.
I just wanted to
Don't
throw that
touch
out
on
there.
those Florida
Yeah.
and Miami guys.
He was Pitt, but he was a Miami guy.
Dolphins.
I was
He's
saying-
talking about
No, I
I
Dolphins.
was saying
See, this
Urban
is-
Meyer.
See, you guys,
This guy.
since you guys are watching, this is how I get under Burnsy's
No,
skin
no.
all the time.
Who was I really talking about with Florida?
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah. In Miami, you said Dan Marino.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said he was Miami, but he played for Pitt.
Okay. Yeah. Good knowledge.
Trivia question.
I was just telling Jake, don't go after your
Yeah,
teams.
don't
That's
do
all I
that.
was saying.
So what was
World
the follow-up?
Series for me as well.
And what about you?
Now you make me feel like a piece of shit.
Jake wants
I
that
want-
recognition.
well, no, because Hall of Fame. That means I did it well for a long time, right? Because at that level, it's while you're on a team, how many? I don't know. To me, I felt like.
But what do you play for? You play for the World
Well, yeah,
Series.
you're playing. Yeah, but I mean, Dan Marino was playing for a Super Bowl and never got one.
Yeah. I'm sure
I think he's okay with the Hall of Fame, right?
Well, he was okay with holding every record too until we got into the throwing era. I mean, he invented the throwing
Like
era.
you've seen guys win a World Series but not play 5 years in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
I think
if you're-
harder. It's just harder to do, obviously.
Well, then there you go. I mean, that kind of folds into what I'm saying is if I only have a 5-year career and I have a World Series ring, I got no chance of making the Hall of Fame. So I'm taking that.
I'm saying you have the opportunity to pick.
Good
I
point.
didn't put a limit to your career.
Yeah.
I'm saying you
Yeah.
either pick a World
No,
Series
but-
or you pick the Hall
No,
of Fame.
but your point though, what you said is like, I mean, a guy could play 5 years, right, and win a World Series and then be done.
maybe two.
If I was that guy that 5 years, I'd want that World Series ring because I'm never.
So
getting
then
in the
I mean
Hall
I
of
get
Fame.
maybe I question your love for the game at that point.
What, that I'm only
Well,
in
the
there 5 years?
game was done with him at 5 years.
But if you have the opportunity to be a Hall of Famer and make a career out of it, right? If you want to be you could be one and done. You get.
I'm with you. I would want a World Series.
Team sport. It's a team sport. It's not an individual sport.
Yeah.
In golf, I want as many Masters as I can possibly get.
Would you rather have a Masters or an Open, the British Open?
I want the Masters.
Masters.
Yeah, I want the green jacket.
Jake, any say on that?
If I had to pick one of those, I want the Masters.
U.S. Open or British Open? I know
US
what.
Open.
Yeah, I knew. I was going to say I know Coxie.
Yeah.
U.S. Open
I'm going the Open Championship.
because it's
We're on the Brits, huh?
been around for so long.
Yeah, just the history behind
like
it. That's ultimately where they said golf started, right? It's debatable. It was nobody. It was a car.
I just saw him drive off. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, cut all that out.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Well,
I just
good question.
That was yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
not what I thought.
No, what'd you think?
I can't remember now, but I didn't think it was that.
I think he's full of shit. I don't think he
Yeah.
had anything.
All right, let's finish with one guy. Pick one guy for Burnsy and I.
You ready?
MLB, yeah. Are we writing him, Burns? Or are we?
Oh, that's right.
Don't look at my list. You guys were looking at it.
I
when
can't
was
read
doing
your
it.
writing.
That's why I did it.
It's chicken scratch. So, Coxie, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Yes, between the three of us, who would last the longest in an apocalypse? And sidebar to that, when the pandemic hit, did you go buy as much toilet paper as you could? Either one of you.
Okay, first question.
But will you answer the second question first, because I have a take on that.
Okay, say it again. Repeat the second question.
When the pandemic hit, did you go buy as much toilet paper as you could?
No.
Me either.
Me neither. Okay. We're all on the same page.
I did yell at somebody buying the first 36 pack though.
Yeah.
Because this guy was buying like 4. Seriously, I was at the Save Mart on Knees, and he's got 4 36 packs in his, and this little old lady came up, and there was none left. So I just grabbed it out of his cart and I put it in hers, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Bro, this lady obviously needs one of these more than you need 4. So we're gonna give it to her." And then we were arguing a little bit in the store, and then it went.
You didn't fight?
It's like everybody was arguing that was going on.
Well, and the lady was like, "Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I didn't want to say anything, but he shouldn't have taken 4."
Well, I
and
think
I'm like,
she would
no,
last.
that's a little excessive, don't you think?
Yeah. She would last longer in apocalypse, I think, because if you're
Probably.
going and if toilet paper is your number one concern when crap hits the fan, like your priorities are probably not in line,
Right.
right?
Jeff is obviously going to say he's going to outlive all of us.
Well, I'm going to
Yeah,
tell
for
you
sure.
guys
That's why I
though.
asked. Well, that's
That
what I
is
want.
true.
Yes.
So assuming we all live in this, where we live, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you two live in the same community.
Yes.
I live in a different community just down the road from you guys. But behind me, I can just run for the hills. You guys are done. Like you're within your streets. I can jump my backyard and I can get away from these people a lot faster than you guys can. Also, I have a very, very good friend that is a part of the SWAT team. I won't mention his name, but I do want him to come on here. And his arsenal is bigger than all 3 of ours combined. So I'm going with him because he lives like 8 doors down from me.
At what point does he kill you?
When he becomes one of them. But at that point.
Did you say a zombie apocalypse?
I just said apocalypse in general, but zombie apocalypse.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, that's what.
But
you
where are you
envision.
going to run, bro?
For
to
the hills.
And then what are you going to
You
do?
guys don't get it?
Right.
I'm going to run for the hills. You guys don't have hills, bro. No, I would beat you guys.
We have many hills.
Because one, I mean, there's
you
there's
might beat us, but
livestock
we'll
everywhere.
have time.
So what are you going to kill him with your hands?
Yeah.
no,
He
I
has
have an arsenal, dude.
Well, your buddy has an arsenal.
So do
you
I.
don't have it.
Yeah, I do. I have more ammo.
And
than
you know
guys.
how
Well, you probably do.
you know how to like you know how to slaughter a cow?
I could figure it out, dude. If I was starving, yeah.
So
What about
do
your
you think
family,
that-
Jeff? Are they going to run with you?
Yes, they're coming.
Do you
And what
think you would
happens
die
when
of
they
disease before you died of a zombie bite?
No.
Because you don't know how to prep stuff, which
dude,
is
I
probably
can
true
survive
of
in the
all of
wilderness.
us.
Can you guys?
Yeah.
I feel like I can, but I've never been.
I mean, do you know this, Bear Grylls? Did you watch?
Yeah,
you
well,
watch Bear
as he
Grylls?
was eating his RX bars on the side.
Yeah, but he drank his own pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you do that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You would.
Yeah, I would drink my
How
own
about you,
pee.
Jake?
You would have to.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just curious.
What's the best place to get water up in the mountains?
Dude, I'm closer to water than you guys.
No, but like if water becomes scarce, which is a real thing, what's the best place to go get it? Like, where would you go get it?
Where there's running water.
Oh, that boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Testing you out.
No, I'm not going to go with still water that is,
Hang
a
on.
mud pit.
You were a Boy Scout, weren't you?
No. No.
Dude, I wasn't an Eagle Scout, but I was a Cub Scout at one time.
Okay.
And a Boy Scout.
Okay, so you may have some skills.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean shit.
Before you guys knew me, though.
No.
It wasn't
But
cool anymore
what-
when I was about like 9.
So
It
what?
stopped being cool.
What worries me about your argument is a lot of it relies on another person.
No, I have hills directly behind me.
No, I know, but you
If
said my
zombies
buddy
came
had
into
an
your
arsenal.
yeah, I'd go with him though.
That's what I'm saying. It relies on him being down with going with you. Maybe you're the weak link, and he's like, "Nah, bro."
Oh, I am the weak link. If you know this guy, I mean, he's a specimen. So I'm going to follow him as fast as I can. He's going to be miles and miles ahead of me.
Yeah.
But we're going to have some kind of communication device that I can catch up to him.
What
And
will
we
it
can-
be?
I don't know.
You don't get to plan
An
for
old
an
Nextel,
apocalypse,
pal.
bro. They just happen. It just happens, and then you've got to survive it.
Yeah.
So
And
where are you going to get these walkie-talkies, bro? You're going to hit the store real quick, and then
He's gonna come get your
I've got old
microphones.
Nextels.
You still have all those?
Oh yeah,
there's no
from back in the
service,
day?
bro.
Oh yeah. Oh, but
bro.
did those work as just walkie-talkies without
Yes.
service?
Yes. No, you have to have service.
You have to have service.
And
I
they
love-
don't work in the mountains, so we wouldn't do that.
I love poking holes. I love poking holes in
All
this
I'm
argument.
saying is,
and
look,
then how Jeff,
you guys
how
live.
Jeff fills
hey,
those holes.
Yeah.
listen though. Hey, listen though.
No, this is
in all
entertainment.
fairness,
This is
you guys live
entertainment.
pretty much in the city. I live in.
Untrue. And when
What?
you untrue, we don't live in a city.
Dude, it's going to take you miles and miles to catch me from where I'm
Well,
at.
Bro,
I mean,
to
I've
get
seen
up
you
to the
run.
running
You know what
I've
I'm
seen
gonna
you
do?
run,
I'm
guys.
gonna drive.
Yeah,
you can run
exactly.
all you want.
And-
I'm
yeah.
gonna drive my
I
truck.
can drive through the
You
trails.
just that's not what you said.
I got my
You're gonna-
golf cart,
you
dude.
said
You're gonna
we're
hop
running.
the fence and you're gonna
run.
run for the hills. And while you're running, you can wave and be driving by you.
And who's
to
carrying
those
this
same hills.
arsenal for you?
My golf cart. My
What if
golf
he's
cart.
faster than you? Oh my! So where's the family gonna sit?
In the golf cart.
Just poking these holes.
In the golf cart, dude.
So the
got a
ammo, all
four-seater.
of that, you'll just shove it everywhere. Food? Are you taking food from home?
I'm going to take some food, yeah.
With
He's gonna
what food?
he's gonna use
MREs.
the cows.
MREs.
You have MREs at
I'm going to
home.
go get some now. Any other holes? Chili Mac. Have you guys ever had Chili Mac?
What about canned
Hey,
foods?
true. Have you ever had an MRE?
No.
No.
Okay, so Brian, who was on here
Yeah.
for the Super Bowl mashup, he served in Afghanistan and Iraq. He brought home MREs. Beef stew and chili mac are unbelievable. Like, I mean, they're amazing, dude.
That may make
You just
you
add-
live longer than me because I'm a little bit more picky than you with food. So
Oh,
I mean, when
Which
if it came down to
Which is a flaw.
apocalypse, you're
I
gonna eat
wouldn't
whatever.
care. Yeah, I would be.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
Burns has been very picky, but he loves
But I'm
beets.
better now.
Another fun fact about Burns is he really loves beets.
Oh, they're the best on salad. Yeah, good.
No,
If
we would go to Round Table in high school, during lunch, and this guy would get a salad with our pizza, and it was like 7 pieces of lettuce, a whole bunch of ranch, and then just covered in beets. Like you couldn't even see any green
Yeah.
because he just had
which are canned
Dirt.
foods.
he had
Survival.
dirt on his lettuce.
I
God
think
made
it's an
dirt, so
interesting,
dirt don't
it's an
hurt.
interesting question.
Jake, do you feel like you would outlive Jeff or I? Jeff or me? Probably the better way to say it.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
That's
No?
good. We all feel the same way.
Yeah.
So if we promise not to turn on each other, our families
I
can
can't
go.
promise that.
Yeah, wow.
Why would we turn on each other?
No,
Look at Cox.
I would never
Cox-
turn on
yeah.
you guys.
Oh, I don't know. Are you?
But
you may
why
be
would
needing-
you? Why? I don't understand
No.
why we would turn on each other.
Well, have you
wouldn't.
watched the apocalypse type of shows? Have you watched Walking Dead or anything?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's Negan. You don't know?
Yeah, no, dude.
I've
Negan.
never seen it.
Don't even. don't do
Just
this.
digging under the
No,
skin. now.
because I would not leave you guys. I really
yeah,
wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't leave you guys. So we're in a pact. Should it
But
be
if it was like naked and afraid, and you guys had to tap out because you're wussies, like I would leave. I wouldn't leave you there.
At that, you can't.
Have you guys
can't
have seen
tap
that
out.
show?
What
right?
happened to
I
the? It's a
haven't,
team.
but I know. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
What
but
happened?
Well, you're carrying us,
But
right?
I'm not gonna.
What happened, Jeff?
Hey.
You just said 10 minutes ago that a World Series is it's a team. You're about a team.
He never said it was a team. This was a
You
team
said-
apocalypse.
But you
I said
now we're
we were
saying
gonna team
you
up.
would turn
did
on us.
say
Oh,
that.
you said we were going to team up?
No. But why would you turn on us? What were our best chances are to be together?
Yeah.
Look, bro, if you were getting eaten
The three
by
of us-
7 zombies and you
Well,
had
yeah, at
no
that point,
chance,
he's
I'm
done.
gone, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
he
You're
didn't
gone. You're
say
dead.
initially it was a zombie apocalypse.
I will mourn you later. Because if you're getting mauled
Yeah.
by 7 zombies, dude, I'm out.
Well, you're done.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you're
just-
not going to.
Yeah, he's not coming back from that.
No,
What
zombie
about
bites,
if it's
you're
your
done.
family?
Well, that's the hard part about an apocalypse, right?
you-
Hopefully, I would go 1st, but then how long would they
I'll
live?
cut that part out. You don't got to answer that, buddy.
I'm not answering that.
Well, there's no winning answer because you imagine that you're going to be the strong man of the family
Dude.
and take care of them. If you die first,
Here's why you guys would lose. Okay, I would be the Chapo of Tesoro Viejo because I would dig tunnels under all those mountains. I'd probably die on the way.
I can't wait to get
something would
our,
hit.
our good
Like,
friend Gabe Flores' take on this. I hope he hears this, and I hope he hears you say this, because then we can have him come back in and just.
I actually, Gabe would be somebody I would fight with, an apocalypse with, in
you
Tesoro.
would fight side
I'd
by
fight
side.
with him. Yeah.
Side
if
by
it came
side.
down to the head
But,
chief,
hey,
the head chief of
do you see that
Tesoro.
he didn't say that with us. It wasn't
No.
so confident. He
No.
wasn't like, I'd fight by you.
Dude, you
side
guys
by
are
side."
miles away from me. You'd have to catch up. to
Oh,
me.
is he in Tesoro?
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you build up walls? And then what if we made our way that way? Would you let us in?
I'd let you in.
What would we have to do? Would we be like peasants?
You'd have to know the password.
Is there?
Watch
your lips?
Yeah, the token is watch your lips. And I'll open the door. And let you in.
So you're saying
Okay.
you and Gabe would be dueling it out for the captain spot,
No,
chief.
They
no,
would be
no,
partners, like you and I.
He
and,
would be in with my buddy. He'd ride coattails like I would. He wouldn't be the leader.
So you wouldn't be
Gabe's
chief
not
either.
the leader of anything.
Oh, so your buddy lives out there too.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I'm
They're
saying.
neighbors,
He's
I believe.
He's like 8 houses from me.
I feel like your buddy's probably not taking you and Gabe. I don't know Gabe, but I think your buddy's going on his own. And
I mean, Gabe has some fighting skills.
Yeah,
initially maybe, but you're getting. I mean, you're
Like
getting,
Gabe's cardio is
Here,
probably
look,
better.
We'll call him John because that's really his name. Okay? John would take me. He
probably would for a little while.
John would be the type of guy. Okay, this is how he is. He would go knock on my neighbor's door that we're really good friends with, Carl. 2 doors down, he'd knock on him,
tell 'em
get
all.
his family. They'd come down the trail, and he'd be screaming at me to come out, and we'd all go together.
and at
I know
what
Be like
point?
it would be like the Patriot, right? It'd be like the scene from the
and
Patriot.
he's Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Are you the
you're
kid-
not.
you're the-
turning
are you
on
the
him
kid
like
crying?
you would us?
No, I'm probably the infantry though.
And
I'd
you're
go
not
firm.
turning on him like you would Jake and I.
No, he's my survivalist.
Wow, you've changed,
no,
bro.
I'm not. I'm
Now,
not
would you be
turning on
mad
guys.
if he left you in the dust if a zombie had caught
No,
you?
because I've actually worked out with him and he's left me in the dust before. So I can't get mad at him for that.
Because you still want to you go in his coattails. Still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it happened, I would ride his for sure.
Okay. Very
First thing you're grabbing out of your house aside from your family.
My gun, all my
Okay.
ammo,
Fair.
I mean, same.
yeah.
Yeah, my God.
and then I would grab as much canned food as I could.
No, I'm telling the others get the essentials. I'm taking the heat.
If it's a zombie apocalypse, I'm gonna grab a knife and so I can stab him in the head, because that's how they die.
Is that how they die on TV?
That's how they die.
Okay.
No, that's how they die.
Oh.
Jake, not on TV.
I didn't
It's
know.
Real.
Is it real?
Yeah, I don't watch scripted stuff. Remember, Cox?
Yes, you don't.
So there you go. There's your tip for this.
What a great way to end.
Yeah, your tip from this episode is zombies. If you ever come encounter with a zombie, stab it in the head.
Right in the head.
All right, boys, here we go. We got a player here. We're going to end it with this gentleman played for, I believe, 7 teams. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams.
Okay.
It is Carlos Beltran. 7 teams. Ready, get set, go. 20-year career for Carlos Beltran, by the way.
Done.
So Jeff won this last week. We did 4 players. We're doing 1 this week. Jeff,
And you said it's Carlos Beltran, right?
Carlos Beltran.
Not
7 teams. And here we go.
Not Carlos Pena. Giants.
Yes.
Mets.
Yes.
Rockies.
No.
Cardinals.
Yes.
Yankees.
Yes.
Astros.
Yes.
Athletics.
No.
Okay, so I got 5.
So the one I have Astros, Giants, Yankees, Tigers,
No.
Rangers,
Yes.
Twins,
No.
Angels.
No.
You only get 7 guesses, so.
7.
Oh, okay. Who won?
Tied.
How many did you get?
5.
You got 4.
No, Giants.
Here we go. I'll read it off
Giants,
to you.
Mets, Cardinals, Astros, Yankees.
Here's the
did.
7 teams.
You got me.
Kansas City Royals, the New York Mets, the Yankees, the Cardinals, the Astros, the Rangers, and the Giants.
Congratulations.
Jeff's-
You win absolutely nothing.
2-0.
Get a pat on the back.
Like, this is
2-0.
our fantasy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
this is
You guys have yours?
Jeff's game. 2-0. We'll do it again next time.
Episode 24. Let us know who the best athlete to ever wear 24 was.
Yeah, who best athlete? Would you rather play for Saban or Meyer? And
Which of us would last longest?
Like,
Hey, we gotta team up amongst us for it.
All right.
But I think the fans should tell us who would last the longest.
I mean, I'm gonna die first, I'm sure. So
All right. I'd win Survivor.
winning.
No, I would win the game of Survivor on the island.
get your watch your lips hats. Just stop. Just stop.
That's episode
We're doing
24. Get your watch your lips hats.
Hats
Free from Jake, 25 from me. And
at
watch your _lips on Twitter and Instagram. And we appreciate you guys. Keep following us.
share it.
Share
And
it.
the golf tournament.
Please share
Let
it,
us
and
know
then
about the golf
that'll be
tournament.
coming
Yes,
out soon.
absolutely.
We'll sit down and talk that out. But share the podcast, please, and subscribe on YouTube. And have a great week. Rest of your week.
And if any of you were wondering, 4th of July was great.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you guys.
Later.